Good evening, everyone. I want you to take yourselves back to elementary school. A really, really simple time in your life, because you could be just about anything you wanted to be. If you wanted to be a famous athlete, if you wanted to be an astronaut, a lawyer, a doctor, that idea was not impossible, because you did not truly know how difficult it would be to achieve this goal. This was a dream that you could attain. This was something you could become. A massive reason why we were also fixated with this idea was financial. Ultimately, we wanted to be a millionaire. In fact, that idea was not just fixated on you guys. It was spread across the country. Many people used to turn in to see Chris Harrison ask 16 multiple choice questions, and people could become a millionaire at the end of the competition, or rather the TV show. For me, it was Chris Tarrant, because I didn't grow up in America, and so we had a different guy on TV, but the principles were still the same. My name is Daniel Arenstam. I'm a Bachelor's of Finance student. I'm a Master's in Finance student at Florida Atlantic University, and I got my Bachelor's from Florida State University. And I'm here today to explain to my investor, Joel DeCastri, who's a 33-year-old coach from Tallahassee who I worked with, how I am going to make that childhood dream of being a millionaire a reality with little to no risk. The S&P 500 has had an average return of around 1.98% since its existence. So what we're going to do is invest in the ETF SPY, which mirrors the performance of the S&P 500. As you can see from this graph that I've got on the board, the growth from 1993, because that is as far as Yahoo Finance would let me go, until the 1st of November of this year, has shown exponential growth in the ETF, even surviving the 2008 financial crisis. The reason I'm so passionate about this choice is because my investor has not got much investment experience, and so he's petrified of losing all his money. So what I've done is I've made a breakdown of how we're going to make him a millionaire within 30 years. If you look at the table, the investment starts today with Mr. DeCastri at age 33 with a $500 a month investment. Every 4 years, that investment will increase by $250. And when he is 55, we will no longer be investing. As you can see, at the age of 62, I'll get out the way here, Mr. DeCastri has over $1 million in his bank account. I even lowered the annual return to 8% because, as I mentioned earlier, the S&P can fluctuate, and while the return has been 9.8%, I can't predict the future. But what I can tell you is that that's what the return has been. So I've been a little pessimistic, not much, but a little bit, and put that into my calculations. The big thing that I think will prevent Mr. DeCastri from wanting to invest with me would be the idea of putting away at first $500 a month every month to invest in this fund. The second thing would be the argument, is he truly going to be able to live in the moment if he's so concerned about putting away such an amount of money every month. Because without being too blunt, we could all die at any moment. And we all want to live to our maximum potential. The rebuttal to that is the fact that this amount of money compared to the salary that Mr. DeCastri earns is minimal. It will not affect his lifestyle. It will not affect his daily routine. It will not affect what he chooses to do on weekends or which vacations he wants to go on. The only thing is he has to be conscious of the idea that he can't go and buy a Ferrari. He can't go and get a Rolex because those items are not necessary and they will slow down the process of him getting to $1 million by the age of 62. He has to be extremely disciplined because there will be many moments to enjoy the amount of money that we make for him. So I want to bring you all back to the TV show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Where instead of asking you 16 questions, I just have one. How does the idea of joining me and investing in the S&P 500 sound? Is it A, phone a friend, B, ask the audience, C, walk away now, or D, I want to be a millionaire? Anyone?
D.
D, is that your final answer?
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, if you join me, you will make $1 million in the next 30 years.
Why didn't you put a picture of yourself though?
Because I'm not that
Photoshop.
Thank you so much. Any questions, anyone? Go ahead, Adam.
So if your investor changes his mind midway through, is this ETF liquid where he could get his money out?
He can get out whenever he wants. If I knew how to do this without, I have to go to the computer.
I think you can go back.
I'll just do it like this. So if you look, the end of your evaluation is the amount of money that you could have in your bank account. So you can leave at any point in time, and that's going to be the amount of money you have. So if you get bored of my company, as in like hanging out with me, then you're more than welcome to leave at any point in time. You just won't be a millionaire. Anyone else? One question, 2 presentations that I've given? Go for it.
You said your investor was a really very low risk person.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you is something that basically tracks the stock market generally considered low risk? Generally, would you say?
I would say for the S&P 500, based on its history, and again, I alluded to surviving that 2008 financial crisis. Again, nothing is perfect. I can't guarantee something, but I feel this is about as low a risk of an investment as we could ask for. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.